Welcome to the University of Marriage podcast, where Apostle Folorunso Alakija answers your most pressing questions on love, commitment, and navigating marital vows.
You would have thought it wouldn't, that after all, the love that binds them is still on. But it does. It does change it. You find that the attention of the woman is on the children, the new arrivals. And she's fighting to give time to those children and also to give to her husband. So she has to find ways and means of balancing it. Yes, the attention towards her husband will reduce because she has to divide her time and divide her love as well, because she loves her children, she loves her husband, and she has to reassure her husband that the love she has for him is always there, will always be there. And she has to show it and prove it. Otherwise, he may not believe her, thinking, all the time you're with the children. How about me? So he may be thinking it in his head, may not even be saying it, but his actions are speaking volumes. So don't allow that to get in. Make sure that you're sharing your time and your love to both parties. And another way that you could change the dynamics is that their finances have to change a bit. However they were spending their money has to change. They have to sit down and begin to budget better and more often than they used to. And they have to be wiser now, because you can't just bring children into the world. You have to fend for them. You have to prepare for them. You have to make a way for their livelihood. You have to prepare for their future, their education. You have to decide whether you're going to take insurance towards the education of your children, and also decide whether where their children are going to go to school. Is it that we need this percentage of our finances to educate them, or a larger portion of their finances to educate them? So it's good for them to talk about it in the early days and work towards it. They have to even decide how many children they're going to have, so that it's not a matter of, oh, we just got on with it and the children just kept popping. No. It's wise to talk about it, decide about it before you just carry on having children. So communication is very, very important. Even as you are getting married, to decide on how many children you're going to have. If you didn't discuss it before marriage, okay, you're already married, discuss it, work towards it, make sure that you're not going to have to abandon your children at the time that they need you the most. You brought them into the world. You have to make sure that they don't suffer. Your parents didn't let you suffer. They made out time, effort, funding for you. And you have to do the same and even more and better than what your parents did for you. That's what we all desire, that we should do more and better for our children than our parents did for us. And as we navigate that, God will continue to give us wisdom. And as we pray to him, he will. Well, it's important to sit down and think about it. You've lost your husband. It's either, first and foremost, you want to decide to stay single or to remarry. That's an important question to ask yourself. And it also depends on the age at which you became widowed. Because the Bible encourages that if you're a young woman and you become widowed, that you should remarry. It's not by force, but it's a recommendation that you should remarry. So, if you're going to remarry, you need to sit down and be very thoughtful about it. Don't go looking for a single man at that point, because the single man who has never married before, most likely, would want to have children. If you're still able to have children, all well and good. If you can't, do not look for a single man, because it wouldn't be fair on your new husband, because your new husband would want to have his own children as well. But you're in your later years and you become widowed, you can look for someone who's already widowed. If he's not already widowed, God would frown at him remarrying if he was already married and he's widowed, and that's okay. But if he's divorced, he cannot marry someone else. How much more a widow? The Bible frowns at it. God frowns at it. It's God that's frowning at it. He's saying that unless your partner is dead, you cannot remarry. Otherwise, that is definitely adultery. So, you've decided to marry. Look in the right places. Maybe it's a friend that is going to discover you. Maybe a friend's friend is going to discover you. But don't marry for the sake of marrying. Because if you already have children, and it seems as if it's most likely that you would have had children, what about that other person who's also a widower who already has children? If your children agree that, yes, these our parents should get married, fantastic. If they frown at it, you've got work to do. And explain to them that it could be very lonely out there, and that you want to get on with life. I'm sure that they would be willing for you to remarry. So there are all sorts of things that you have to think about, not just about yourself. You have to think about the people around you and how it's going to work. God help you as you go in your search. It's not easy to cope with a nagging partner. A nagging partner never knows really what they're doing to their partner. For as long as they keep on complaining, talking about the same thing all over again, they don't realize that they're a pain in the neck of their spouse. I think communication is important. To sit your partner down and make him or her realize what they're doing to you mentally. Because if someone nags so much that it's beginning to work you up, you never know what could happen after that. So let them know, let them realize what they're doing to you. Because if you don't say anything and you just keep on accepting it, maybe you're grumbling, maybe you're crying in the toilet, maybe you're crying into your pillow, the person is going to continue. So communication is important. Have discussion with your nagging partner. Let them realize what they're doing to you. And let them know that supposing they themselves start nagging them, then it's going to get worse. Make them realize that nagging is not a nice thing, and that they must look around them and take recognition of how their partner is going to feel and how they are feeling, and not be selfish and retract from what they're doing, because it's unfair. It's unfair. I don't think so. Because there's no law binding you while you're courting. You have not taken any oath, no marital oath. So why should you at that point? You don't even know yet whether you're actually going to marry. So why should you start submitting your finances to someone you're not yet married to? I believe that submitting oneself and anything about submission shouldn't start happening, really, especially finances, until you're married. You can respect the person. You can show honor to the person. That part of submission, you can do that. But the part about your finances, I don't think that is the right time. If you want to do that, it's not the right time. It's for after you have taken the oath, the marriage oath, before you can decide to do that. I hope today's conversation has been a blessing to you. Remember, marriage is a journey of commitment, love, and faith. Join me every Saturday for new episodes where I'll continue answering your most important questions. Please don't forget to send your questions to the information display on the screen. Thanks for watching. See you next Saturday.